everyone, it's good to see you again. Today I am going to be drawing. I'm going to keep it pretty casual and draw and just talk to you guys about some things I've been thinking about. I had some realizations about the law of detachment, how to implement this into my art practice to make sure everything I'm doing remains authentic. What led me to wanting to talk about this was I was cast as a background extra for a TV show. Most of the other background extras had a dream or an aspiration to become a full-time actor one day, and this was my first time on a Hollywood set, so I was surprised not only by this, but also the amount of actual work was put into making the TV show. The scene I was in the background for probably was going to be 5 minutes, but we were there for 11 hours filming it. Even if they really gave it their best creative effort, I really think it could have been done in 2 hours. It just wasn't that detailed of a scene, so I was just shocked at how long they were taking on it, and it was just weird to see how diligent everyone was for something that was so minuscule. Everyone was so excited to be there on top of it all, because it was just weird for me because I don't personally want to be an actor, so they were just excited because it's everyone there's dream to like be on TV. It was honestly though refreshing to be like the aloof one in the scenario because I could pick up on the desperation in the room. I could also learn from it in the sense where I can see we're having this thirst to be there, and like thirst to make the connections was almost doing the opposite, like making it harder for them to make the connections with the people that were important on the set, taking them further away from their goal of becoming an actor. And it really got me thinking about myself in the art world. So I had compassion for the people in the background wanting to become the main actors, and like the PAs wanting to be the writers or producers or whatever. Like I do understand their position because I'm in the same boat with art. I've also felt that way when going to galleries in LA. When I first started going to galleries, it just ended up being because I grew to become desperate because I really like, wow, this is exactly where I want to be. This gallery is awesome, like I want to be here. But I really ended up making desperate connections with the gallery owners. Every time I felt like I was making inauthentic connections that felt draining and never actually turned into genuine friendships. And I would leave the night feeling depleted. Like I put so much effort in and got nothing in return, and I knew the people I met just disliked me. Like I could just tell. It could be because I was desperate or just we weren't clicking and I was still trying, you know. But they always ended up liking my husband, who would come with me because he was the aloof bystander, which like I saw that when I was the aloof bystander at the TV set, all the powerful people were like taking a liking to me, it almost felt like, because I didn't really care to be there and I wasn't so desperate and like being super awkward, if that makes sense. And making me more genuine and likable by default just because I wasn't trying. I was having compassion for the people that did want to be there because I was like, how sad is that? Like the person that cares the least gets the most attention. Basically, this led me to the conclusion that when you expect nothing, you gain everything. When did my going to art shows become only about the outcome of making connections that I could make to like further my art career in a very like disingenuous way? I was going so much that I found myself in this spot where I was being inauthentic. And in this scenario, my expectations for attending galleries were holding me back. My problem here was that I was clinging to the outcome of attending these events in hopes that I could make connections, but not just the connections themselves. I was having expectations for the connections, like they could get me into the gallery or something. I was forcing myself to make these connections too, with people I didn't even necessarily have common interests with. That's not to say I shouldn't care to make connections though. I shouldn't ever expect an outcome and attach myself to that expectation. Like I was living within the confines of the belief that everything I did, I had to get something back. Like it was almost a transaction. Rather than being just like happy to be there within myself and experiencing the art, I was expecting the art and the people there to bring me some sort of success or some sort of happiness with my own art. Once I made enough connections, went to enough shows, I somehow believed that I would be happy or make it one day. I was giving away my power in doing that to be happy within myself, like, and falling victim to my circumstances of this person or that person not really liking me, not liking my art, and I was attached to the creation of my art career, and this made me into just like an energy sucking vampire, like preying on any amount of opportunity I could get from people rather than giving them my energy. And I was choosing therefore to suffer out of disappointment that I wasn't getting the exact outcome that I wanted out of these events, and I could have been enjoying myself and I probably could have made a lot of authentic connections with the same, not with the same people, but in the same room. But I was focusing on like who felt the most important in the room to me, and then like flocking to them and like being like an energy sucking vampire to them not liking me. And then I miss out on this opportunity that I have in each moment to like make authentic connections and grow authentically. I wasn't seeing each moment and each person as a gift. I was like seeing them as someone I could use on accident. I'm not like a crazy person trying to manipulate people, but that I just am like reflecting on it, and I see that that was the case. Detaching from the idea that if you do something, you will feel happy. That is simply backwards. Feeling happiness within yourself by yourself, then you receive other people's happiness as a gift. Freely giving your love out to people, and then everything you receive back, whatever that may be, is a gift, because it's just helping you learn more about yourself. It's authentic to you. That's not to say that if you stop caring about the things that you want, you'll suddenly get them. Oh, I really want an art career, and I'll just pretend I don't, and then I'll get one. It's like when you do the things you enjoy genuinely, creating things for the sake of creating them, any feedback or energy or anything that you receive back from putting it out there or being out there in the world, that will become a gift because you didn't expect it. If you're expecting someone else's actions to provide you with that happiness, then a vampire sucking the life force from another. Just be an embodiment of life itself, joyful to be in the present moment, receiving energy as a gift, not an embodiment of expectations waiting for a result and disappointment when you don't get them. Giving it your 100% effort to just live in each moment, and then every moment will be that gift. The very best thing we can do for ourselves is just simply expect nothing, in art or in life too. This can also be applied to social media, right? Because I just feel like artists attach themselves to the outcome when they produce like content for their art. It becomes all about the outcome of what comes after posting. Promoting the art by making content becomes a means for followers or art sales or fans of your art, rather than focusing on the content itself. That's a self-defeating cycle, because if there's no desire to put effort and time into the content itself, the creation will not be likable or genuine if you're just doing it to get the followers or get the likes, basically. Most artists, if they don't get enough likes, the post gets deleted right off the platforms like YouTube. When they get like 12 views, then they say, oh well, YouTube just doesn't like me, or Instagram just doesn't help new creators, and they just like write off all these experiences. They just become a victim. Rather than posting something because we took time of it and we're proud of it, it becomes just simply for the reaction, and therefore we immediately attach ourselves to the outcome that we want, which is probably that we effortlessly post our work, and then we get all these followers that genuinely understand us, and then after that we can make content we actually like, because it won't be so embarrassing, because a lot of people are interested in it. First comes the followers, then I can make the genuine content. But I think you can guess what I'm going to say next is that it's actually the opposite. Making the genuine content just to make the content because you enjoy it, because it is genuine and you do like it. Sharing it, and then everything you receive, any like, even if it's 2, you'll see it as a gift. And yeah, just not expecting to blow up immediately, and giving no room for disappointment when you don't. We become victims to Instagram's algorithm or YouTube algorithm and the analytics, and we tell ourselves that we're not the type of people the platforms want, and like then we just write ourselves off and we don't give ourselves the chance to like figure it out. But the reality is that we can do anything we want to do. We can create whatever we want to create. We don't have to wait for the followers to start creating what we want, but we can do it today. Creating videos that are authentic to us, paintings, drawings, taking photos for literally the sake of creating them. It's not about if someone likes it, it's about if you like it. It's not about if the whole world gets to see it, it's about the fact that we put it out there for the world to see, and it's about how we feel about it and what it inspires within us. For example, with myself in these videos that I make, I used to feel such dread when posting videos in general, but now that I kind of have like a solid understanding of what content I want to create, it's becoming fun and it's becoming motivating for me to become more authentic in and of myself, motivating me to research. It's motivating me to think introspectively about what I want to create. These videos are helping me and motivating me to do so. And once you start doing something just for the analytics, or the clicks, you abandon yourself. You just basically leave all of your authenticity and all of who you really are behind just so you can achieve a certain amount of likes or views or whatever. Giving your honest energy is a gift in and of itself. When you give something to someone, do you expect them to give you something in return every single time? No. Then it wouldn't be a gift. That's manipulation. Do you expect some level of gratitude from them for the gift, otherwise you take it back? No. Do the same with your energy. Give it out without expectation of receiving anything in return, because it is a gift. Treat it like a gift and don't expect anything in return. Don't be bitter that you gave it. You have value just by existing and showing up as who you are. The more we expect, the less we are able to be our highest selves, taking us further from where we want to be. Do the things you do for a reason. Care about what you do. Detach from expectations and attach yourself to your highest expression of yourself. Whatever future goal you have to be an artist, just be that now. There is no future self to achieve and nor past self to overcome. You are the artist you want to be already and the person you want to be already. So there is no waiting for life to give you the green light. The day will never come. It's always just the present moment. That's all you ever have. And it's not about thinking positive either. Thinking positive is a powerful tool that shows us the power of thought. It's about being. It's about being detached from all outcomes. Take what you can get. Yeah. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, like, you in a general sense. I have actually gotten everything that I have ever wanted before. Something that I really thought that I wanted, I did get. Here you go. Like, here's what you asked for. The catch was I wasn't happy. My expectations for this thing to make me happy actually didn't. And then that made me extremely miserable. So it's also that we have to detach ourselves from the expectation that something will make us happy, that we believe that it will. It won't. It's all about just being happy now. There's no past or future in order to be happy. It's just about being happy wherever you are, right in each and every moment. Don't give your power away to something on the outside that can control this, basically. My expectations of being happy when I did get this thing, everything I ever wanted, just set me up for misery, because I got disappointed when I wasn't through the roof happy all the time once I got this, because that's just unrealistic. Like, you can't just expect something on the outside of you to give you happiness all the time. That's when you're miserable all the time. I'm getting to the end of this drawing, by the way. Yeah, I'm just like adding lines around it. We get so attached to everything on the outer being the way that we want it to be, and we entirely miss the joy of each moment and the gifts we are rejecting in each moment too. We instead judge what's in front of us as not being exactly the way we want it to, so it's not good, and this is creating misery within us. Instead of taking each moment for what it is and being happy within us and centered and feeling grounded within ourselves, then we can actually feel bliss and we can actually feel happy and we can be free to create the things that we want. You're whole, complete, and perfect as you are, and once you realize this, you will never go back. I know I'm never going back after this realization. Like, you don't need anyone when you have yourself. You don't need anyone to tell you your art is good when you have yourself to tell you it's good and you're satisfied with it. That's all that matters, because that's all it was initially created for, when you are living without expectations. And there's no competition either. You're gonna want to share these things with other artists. Like, you're gonna want to help them succeed just as well, and you're gonna see that that will only help and benefit you. And not saying I'm gonna give you this advice and I expect you to give me something in return later on. It's just, I see that together everyone achieves more. The more that you give your energy out and show people that they are beautiful, whole, complete, and perfect, and their art is perfect as well, just the way that it is, and they're already successful and everything's already good, the more you will feel that way about your own art and your own life. Just everything you receive back will be a gift. You'll just see your art in a different light. You'll be grateful for certain things. The only thing holding you back is your expectations. It's not competition with other people. Just set yourself free and just do and just be, and you're good. That's it, really. And I finished the drawing. I don't know if it looks like a seashell, but it's close enough. I'll show you it right now.